Hey guys, we're here back once again with another Division 2 build video, and today I'm bringing you my perfectly wicked John Cena build for PvP. This is the 5 knuckle shuffle build because it offers you so much, and it's cheeky, chappy, fun set of skills that you're rolling with this build. Makes you really strong and really powerful with over 400k armor, 3k skill power, and you're going to concoct some extra weapon damage through the utilization of your skills with this build. This is very different to how I normally roll, and has served me well today in Conflict and the Dark Zone, as you can see in the background. This is a really fun build to use. So someone who's really good at PvP will put this to good use and make it even stronger. Guys, let's do this. Yes guys, we're here and I've got a PvP build today for you guys. I've been rolling with this all day in Conflict and DZ, and it was time to showcase something like this on the channel. And it's something completely unorthodox for me, and again it is completely off meta. I have ran into about 90% of builds that are clutch berserk, trust me, just today alone, and the other few were either shotties or negotiators dilemma builds. So this has been a refreshing change for me, and I guess a refreshing change for other people that have been in my team and I've played against, and it's done me well in PvP. So let's take a look at this build. Guys, this is the John Cena 5 knuckle shuffle perfectly wicked build for PvP. And as you can see, I'm rolling with the Nerf gun specialization, and the various different reasons why I'm rolling with that. I like a bit of extra skill damage. I like to roll with, again, that's that 2k skill power, and have the technician specialization. It will bolster that to 3k. That will give me that extra bit of skill power to unlock the mods I need to make the skills viable, to say the least. Now, as you can see, I'm rolling with 4 offensive stats, 12 defensive stats, and 7 utility stats. So this is a hybrid build. This is John Cena special 5 knuckle shuffle. This is the build that I've been using today, and I've had so much fun with this build. Now, I'm rolling with an SMG. That's the weapon of choice today. You will see an abundance of ARs in Conflict and the DZ, and they are the meta in my opinion. They are so strong, it's untrue. But I wanted to roll with the SMG to complement the perfectly wicked gloves, and it's done me well in close range combat. Let's take a look at the build. Now, I'm rolling with, it's a hardwired mask, and I'm rolling with this because I need that extra bit of skill power to make me even stronger and get that 3k skill power to unlock all the mods that I need. And also, this mask is quite nice. So it's 337 skill power, 9.5% health, and the utility mod is skill power, headshot kill XP, and explosives damage, and that helps my seeker mines, which is good to have on the build. Now the chest piece is the Murakami Industries brand set, and I'm going to get 8% health with that. I have 3 attributes. They are 3 nice attributes, so 20.5% total armor, 13.5% weapon damage, and 9,676 armor. So this is a very armor-riddled chest piece, and I like that. And I don't roll with a lot of armor ordinarily in my builds, but this is a really good chest piece to have. With a talent, Unbreakable. 70% of max armor is repaired when your armor is depleted. Armor kits used within the next 7 seconds are not consumed. Can occur once every 60 seconds. You need 11 defensive stats to have this activated on your build. Now, Unbreakable in PvP, this is nerfed by 50%, so you will get 20% your max armor back. But if you have a perfectly unbreakable chest piece, 0F's chest piece, if you have one, I do have one, but it's not very good. It's not good for this build. But that will repair 35%. Yes, that's halved. 35% in PvP, which is much stronger. So if you do find one of these with some good armor and weapon damage on there, happy days, utilize that on your build. That will make it even stronger. The mods, skill power, outgoing healing and bleed damage, and armor, explosive resistance, and total armor. Now the second piece of hardwired I'm utilizing on the build as a nice roll of skill power 719 and 27,330 health. and the 2 utility mods. I'm just using these just to get me to that 3k to unlock the mods, which is Skill Power Burn and Skill Power and Blind Duration. But again, I'm just utilising these to get me that 3k to unlock the mods and the skill haste I need. The knee pads. The knee pads are, yes, Gila Guard. So that's 5% total armour, 20% hazard protection as part of the brand set. I have 10% total armour as an attribute, and the talent Patience. After being in cover for 5 seconds, armour repairs by 5% every 1 second. As you can see, I'm rolling with 400k armour, so it's 10%, it'd be 40k, so it's 20k armour just above that every 5 seconds, so every second. So that's quite nice. So after that 5 seconds, I'm going to get that nice replenishment of armour. And the way I utilise this is, again, stick in cover, utilise your skills, you'll get your armour back, and it's a good chunk of armour as well. So, and then you're delivering your bleed and explosive damage for your Seekers. And it's quite strong, in all fairness. The mods are armour, explosive resistance, and total armour, and armour, explosive resistance, and protection from elites. Explosive resistance mitigates a little bit of the explosive damage you will get from grenades or Seekers. Now, the gloves. The gloves are the Firm Handshake gloves, which is the perfectly wicked gloves. And with this, again, it's Sokolov Concern brand set, and that is 10% SMG damage. As you can see, the attributes, 2.5% critic chance, LMG damage 3%, but SMG damage 10%. You can get this to 13%, so you can get an extra 3% damage there, and if you have a better crit chance roll, will make this pair even stronger. Now, perfectly wicked. When you apply a status effect, gain plus 20% weapon damage for 20 seconds. You need 4 or more offensive stats. I have 4 exactly, and this works very nice for me on the build. I wanted the kind of 4-11-7 build, and I'm there, as you can see, with the 4-12-7. Now finally, the backpack. This is an old school backpack I've had in the stash for a while. I use it on some of my builds to bolster my armour, and as you can see, this is, again, it was a vendor reset piece, I believe. Again, they don't do pieces like this anymore, as you can see. 18.5% total armour, 3,000 health, 21,000 total armour. On the ropes, which is awesome. Weapon damage increased by 15% while all skills are on cooldown. Again, with that, drop your Seeker, and once your Hive has the refill ongoing, then you will get the extra 15% extra weapon damage. My Seekers has about 16-17 second cooldown, so I'm in a good place to get that extra damage for about that 15-16 seconds, which is good. Harden for that 15% total armor to make this piece even stronger. And the 2 mods, skill power, reload speed, burn damage. Again, I would like explosive damage on here or bleed. However, this is the highest piece that I have with reload speed on, so I get a bit of utilization from the SMG. Armor, explosive resistance, and total armor. Now look at the weapons. My primary weapon is the MPX, and I've tested many SMGs with this build. This is the one I found most comfortable with. I've even used the police UMP, which is okay at best, but I had more success, more joy, more kills with this weapon. I even used this weapon, which is the Vector SMG, which is measured, extra, and Zen. And there's, again, I think about 64 in the mag. So it is really strong. But still, problem I had was I didn't feel the power with this weapon. I didn't feel the strength with this weapon at all. And again, I used the police UMP, which is this one. I've got Sadist on, so I'm going to get that extra 30% weapon damage to bleed enemies, which is good. You can see it's a base damage of 23.5k. This did okay for me. I put Allegro on there to get the extra rate of fire, but I had more success with this. MPX, 17.2k base damage, 935 RPM, 50 in the mag, measured. The top half of the magazine has 20% rate of fire and minus 15% weapon damage. The bottom half of the magazine has minus 20% rate of fire and 30% total weapon damage. Allegro for that 10% rate of fire. Protected deploy. Well equipped, this weapon grants plus 10% bonus armor while deploying a skill. Again, they couple that with the technician skill, so I get the extra, I think it's 30% bonus armor. Accuracy rounds, critical chance, and more critical hit chance. So you see there's 50 in the mag, and this is in a good place. I like this weapon. Again, you use whatever you so desire. I've used this. I've had a lot of joy with this. That's why I'm giving you this particular weapon. Now the Merciless exotic rifle, I'm using that solely because of the holstered talent Brutality. While holstered, landing a shot has a 5% chance to deal that 100% damage as explosive damage. And again, with that, I'm just utilising that to give me a little bit of extra oomph. And because my RPM on the MPX is super strong, I get this to proc more often. That's how it feels to me anyway. So I like the MPX coupled with the Merciless. Now the sidearm is just the standard Maxim 9, which is the Technician specialization pistol, and I'm using that just for the holster talent stable for that 15% stability. You could use something else. I had in Rhythm initially. Again, your skills will get some kills, but not an immense amount of skills. It's there more as a distraction while you're dealing damage with your MPX. So I didn't really get or see the benefit from using that particular one, or overlap on this particular lightning rod. So again, that extra 5% weapon handling, I didn't really see the benefit from it. So I had more benefit again from using stable, that extra 15% stability. Now the skills, let's take a look at the skills. The first skill is the Seeker Mine, the clusters. 490k damage, a 20-second cooldown, 3 mines, my blast radius is 4 meters, that PvP damage 122k. You can see I've gone for skill haste, damage, and more damage on this particular Seeker Mine skill variant. It is up to you how you roll with this. I've tested more clusters, less clusters with this. I found this to be more successful. You could go for the explosive one with the bleed damage. So again, that will proc Wicked on your gloves again. That is an option. However, again, I had more success utilising this, and I got more kills using this than using the explosive Seeker Mines. And the prime skill is the Stinger Hive, and I'm using that solely because, again, it will proc the bleed, which will proc the gloves, give me that extra damage as well of 20%, that's nice, and get the extra bleed on as well. A refill speed of 4, I've gone for extra charges on this, so the damage 131k, damage, charges, and more charges. You can go for radius, but you're going to lose about 7 or 8 charges, and radius, yeah, is good, but again, you've got about 14 or 15 in the charge, which is not great, and with this you'll get 22. So I'm happier with this setup than with radius for PvP, for conflict anyway. That's the build. We'll take a look at the stats. Again, this is nothing to write home about. This is how you utilise the build. Again, you're proccing the extra damage via on the ropes. Also, not to mention, perfectly wicked from your skills. So again, it all synergizes together. Critted chance is 27%, not a lot. Critted damage 25%, headshot damage 50%. I'm losing a bit of reload speed bonus, which is what it is. My all weapons damage bonus is 13.5%. My SMG damage bonus is 35%. And you can see here, there's my armor 408k, my max health is 67.5k, 20% hazard protection, which does help a little bit when it comes to any kind of, again, bleed or anything like that. I mean, I utilised this with 100% hazard protection. I didn't really feel the benefit. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but I prefer running with this, and you get patience on the knee pads to get that little bit of health back because you've got no sustain on the build. So having patience will help you immensely on this. And this is how I found it works a treat in PvP. Especially when you're in cover and you're waiting to, again, remount the stairs or whatever, then you're in a good place to regain your armor, which is good. And again, this for me is, I'm not a huge PvPer. I'm not the best, but I've put this together and it worked a treat for me in PvP. 412-7, Technician Specialization, perfectly wicked gloves. I mean, again, I'm sure you guys can make this stronger via Perfectly Unbreakable, or something a bit stronger maybe on the holster or the mask. Entirely up to you. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this build and how you would change it to suit your playstyle in PvP. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you want to see more Division 2 content, please smash the sub button, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.